Hi, everyone. Benjamin here from English Classes Online. In today's lesson, our focus is on noun phrases and how to use them. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Make sure you click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video is uploaded on the channel, you will be notified instantly. Let's begin with a quick look at the lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to take the following actions. Number one, define a phrase. Number two, define a noun phrase. Number three, explain the uses of noun phrases with examples. Let's begin with the first item, and that is defining a phrase. I know you would like to first know what a phrase is, and then with that knowledge, you will also be able to identify what a noun phrase is specifically. Of course, there are different types of phrases, among which you find a noun phrase. So what exactly is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words used as a single part of speech. For example, a noun phrase is used as a noun. It does the work of a noun in a sentence. Now, a noun phrase is a group of words that expresses an idea and is used as a unit within a sentence. Now, take a look at the following example. He is the man who was involved in an accident. He has been receiving treatment in this hospital since last week. You know, this brief report contains different phrases. And so let's begin to look at these various phrases in these two sentences, okay? Now, the first one is the man. You can see it underlined here. What type of phrase is the man? It's a noun phrase. Then the next one is was involved, okay? Was involved is a verb phrase, or you call it verbal phrase. Then the next is in an accident is a prepositional phrase. Has been receiving is another verb phrase, okay? And then in the hospital is another prepositional phrase. And finally, last week is another noun phrase. But then functionally, last week can be called an adverb phrase. So when you look for other video lessons, you can browse through this channel and you find video lessons on, you know, other phrases. And you'll be able to understand how these phrases are used in meaningful English sentences, okay? Now, let's move on to look at the characteristics of a phrase. It does not contain a subject, a finite verb, or both. You know, if you watch the video I uploaded on the clause, okay, then you will understand that a clause is a group of words that contains the subject-verb combination, all right, and makes or conveys complete meaning, or can form a sentence or part of a sentence. You know, you will be able to see how a clause differs from a phrase. A phrase does not contain a subject and a verb, but a clause contains this subject-verb combination. Now, it cannot stand on its own. A phrase is simply a fragment, okay? It doesn't stand on its own. It may contain no part of the verb at all. Example, in the stadium, under the bed, okay? It is meaningful, but does not make complete sense. See, a sentence is a group of words that contains the subject-verb combination and expresses a complete thought or makes complete sense. Now, the phrase does not make a complete sense, okay? So let's now move on. The phrase functions as a single part of speech. For example, the President of America is a noun phrase, and it performs exactly the same function as the noun equivalent Joe Biden. You see? So a noun is a naming word. But then we can call a noun phrase as a group of words, all right, that names something or someone. See, you can see the difference between a noun and a noun phrase is simply in terms of the number of words. A noun contains just one word, but a noun phrase contains two or more words. It gives additional information in a sentence. That's what a phrase does. Now, its name is usually determined, that is the name of a phrase, whether you're looking at a noun phrase or an adverb phrase or an adjective phrase. Now, the name given to a phrase is determined by the main word, which is called the head word, okay? Now, for example, the phrase, a man of the people, is a noun phrase because the head word there, which is man, is a noun. So when you have a group of words whose main or head word is a noun, that group of words is a noun phrase. Then the phrase will come is a verb or verbal phrase because the head word come is a verb, okay? So that is exactly what you find. These are the characteristics of, a phrase. Then let's look at types of phrases. We are not going to delve into it in detail, but I will just give you a quick rundown of the various types of phrases. Our focus is on the noun phrase, but it's important you also look at other types of phrases. So you have the noun phrase, you have the verbal phrase, you have the adjectival phrase, you have the adverbial phrase, then you have the prepositional phrase. Okay, these are the main types of phrases. Of course, there are other types of phrases that, tend to be looked at more from the structural perspective. You have quite a number of them, and there are other video lessons on this channel that will explain other phrases that you might be interested in. Now, let's now look at the noun phrase, okay? A noun phrase is a group of words that performs the function of a noun in a sentence. Don't forget, we defined a phrase as a group of words that performs the function of a single part of speech, or that serves as a single part of speech. So here, a noun phrase is a group of words that performs the function of a noun in a sentence. So when you look at a verb phrase performs the function of a verb, an adjective phrase performs the function of an adjective, and so on and so forth. So you can see, all right? And then what are the functions of a noun? Some of them include a subject, a noun functions as a subject, an object, a complement, or as the object of a preposition. Now let's look at the specific examples. The tall black man is the principal, okay? So here you see that the tall black man is a noun phrase. The principal is equally a noun phrase. These are examples. All the underlying groups of words are noun phrases. Obi kicked the ball into the net. The ball is a noun phrase. The net is a noun phrase. I heard a voice like the sound of many waters. The noun phrases there are three. Number 1, a voice. 2, the sound. 3, many waters. I want you to look at the structure. Take a look at the structure of a noun phrase, and let me just give you a little insight into what I mean. Now, when you look at this, then you can always see that this is a determiner, okay? This is a determiner, and this is a noun. So this is the structure of a noun phrase. You have a determiner. This is an indefinite article, and then you have a noun. Then here again, this is a determiner. This is definite, the definite article, and this is also a noun. So this is basically the structure of a noun phrase. Then here, many, this is also a determiner, okay? And this is a noun. So in other words, the structure of a noun phrase is what we can call determiner plus noun. That can give you a noun phrase. So you can look at the various, but then there are others, you know, like here, you have what we call modifiers. Another way of looking at it is that the determiner is a modifier. So we can say a modifier and a noun. This is also a modifier. And the head word, the noun is the head word. So you have a modifier and you have the head word. A modifier is a describing word. In this case, a determiner. Another type of modifier is an adjective. For example, here you have a modifier. The modifier here is a demonstrative pronoun. That, okay, demonstrative is necessarily, we can call this a demonstrative adjective, okay, that. Then this is the adjective of size. And then this is another adjective of color. And then this is the head word. So this is the structure of the noun phrase. You have 3 modifiers, all of them telling you more about the head word, which is the noun. That tall black man. Here you have the principal, determiner, which is a modifier here, and the head word. Okay, so these are, you know, clues to help you to identify a noun phrase whenever you see it in a sentence, okay? So let's undo all these marks, okay? Let's undo all the marks, and then we move on, okay? Okay, so that's exactly the way it is. And so let's now look at other examples of noun phrases. While some people live in abject poverty, others live in affluence. So the noun phrases here are some people, then abject poverty. Again, here you see some is a determiner and people is a noun. So you have modifier and head word. The same thing, you have an adjective, which is abject, and then you have noun, which is poverty. And so abject is a modifier here. Poverty is the head word because it's a noun. So that's how you identify a noun phrase. Then the last one example here, we have the rat ran into the deep hole. The rat is a noun phrase. The deep hole, another noun phrase. Now let's begin to look at the uses. What are the uses? What are the functions that this noun phrase is, or this noun phrase performs in an English sentence? Let's begin to look at that. You can use the noun phrase as a subject. What is a subject? The subject is the doer of an action in a sentence, or the subject is the person or thing being talked about in the sentence. For example, that tall man is the principal. Now let's begin to analyze this, and then I will show you the functions. Well, let me use, that tall man is the subject, is the verb. So if we analyze this sentence, this is the subject, this is the verb, and this is the complement. This is the structure of the sentence. Every English word has a definite structure. And so we have this, the structure of this sentence is SVC, and the structure that performs the function of the subject here is the noun phrase. We represent noun phrase with NP. This is a noun phrase. This is a verb. This is another noun phrase, showing you that a noun phrase can also do the job of a complement. So we can identify two functions that the noun phrase performs in this sentence. In the first instance, it performs the function of the subject, and then it also performs the function of the complement. Okay, the complement is a description of the subject, and the subject is the doer of the action or the person or thing that the sentence is about. When you are talking about someone, that someone is the subject. That is the person. You are either describing the person or you are describing his action. Here you are describing the person. The tall black man is the principal. Okay? So let's now undo this and look at other okay. Now, using a noun phrase as an object, that's another function of the noun phrase. Okay? An object is the receiver of the action. The subject performs the action, but the object receives the action, which means the action is performed on the object. And so what we have here, again, let's analyze this. Now, when we analyze this sentence, according to its structure, then you can see we break the sentence into its grammatical units, okay? Or the components, if you like, or the parts. You know, a structure is something that is made up of various parts. The human body is a structure made up of the head, the hands, the mouth, the legs, and so on. So when you have a sentence in English, you can examine the structure and break it into its grammatical parts. And so here, OB is the subject, the doer of the action. It is the verb, which is the action word. And the ball is the object, the receiver of the action, while this is the adjunct. Now, if you are interested in learning the elements of sentence, then you can browse through this channel and you will find a video lesson on, elements of sentence, Once you browse through, you'll be able to watch a video that will explain to you in details how you should be able to analyze a sentence into its element. Then, using a noun phrase as a complement, that's another example. That's another use of the noun phrase. Let's erase this, okay? Then again, we can analyze this. Well, this is as a complement. So I want you to understand what it means. A complement is the description of the subject, okay? When you describe someone, then the description you give to that someone is the complement. And another way of looking at the complement is that it is that structure, that part of the sentence that completes the meaning of the verb. For example, the tall black man is the principal. Now, if you omit the principal here, then the sentence is incomplete. That tall black man is dash. So you need the complement to actually complete the meaning of the verb is. And this is what happens whenever you have a linking verb. Is one of the linking verbs. Now, all the verbs that are formed from be, okay, are linking verbs. Whether you talk of am, I am, or is, or are, or was, or were, you see, so these are all linking verbs. And if you say, for example, I am dash, something that describes I, you know, so that is the complement. He is dash. What should fit in there is the complement. They are, you know. So that is exactly what happens when you are dealing with the complement. Okay, so, well, let's erase this and then analyze the sentence. Okay, and look at the complement, what it is. Okay. Now, that tall black man is the subject. Then we have the verb and we have the complement. So this is subject, this is verb, and this is complement. So as I earlier said, every sentence in English has a definite structure. The structure of this sentence is SVC, where S stands for subject, V stands for verb, and C stands for complement. So those are the various functions that you find, you know, the noun phrase performing in English sentences. So let's now move on, okay? Of course, as you can see, the complement is the principal. Complement the principal. We have seen it, of course. Now, using a noun phrase as the object of a preposition. This is another function, okay? And here, the rat ran into the hole. So here you discover that object of a preposition. Now, the object of the preposition is the deep hole, and that is a noun phrase. So when we now look at this again, we can analyze this specifically, okay, or in detail. Okay, so let's look at this. The rat is the subject, ran is the verb, into the hole actually is what we call the adjunct together. But within these adjuncts, which structurally is the prepositional phrase, You know, when you look at into, now together, into the whole, into the deep hole is a prepositional phrase. And a prepositional phrase is always made up of two things. You have a preposition. Into is a preposition. And then you have a noun phrase. So a preposition plus a noun phrase can give you a prepositional phrase. So when you have a prepositional phrase, where you have a preposition and the noun phrase is doing the job of the object of the preposition. And this is what it does. When you say the rat ran into, somebody wants to know into what? Okay, into what? Something receives the action of that into. So there's a relationship between the action of running and the rat that does the running and the whole. Okay, so you see, that is exactly what we find here. And the object of that preposition is the noun phrase, the deep hole. So that is exactly the way it is, okay? So I want you to take a look at all these for you to understand what noun phrases are and how we can use them in meaningful English sentences. And now this brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, make sure you like the video and share the video with your friends and relations. And if you are completely new to the channel and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, this is the appropriate time for you to make sure you click on the subscribe button below. And once you are subscribed officially to the channel, it's advisable for you to click on the bell icon, thereby activating the notification bell, the notification system. What that means is that whenever I upload a new video on the channel, you will receive instant notification. So you won't miss any videos the moment they are uploaded on the channel. And I want you to know that on this channel, we create valuable content aimed at helping our viewers and subscribers. And we do this in two major ways. Number one, we teach all the topics, all the areas of proficiency in the use of English. English grammar or grammatical structures, all right? Writing skills, such as essay writing, letter writing, speech writing, report writing, story writing. We teach all of them here. We also teach summary writing. We teach reading, comprehension, and we teach oral English, phonetics and phonology. We show you how to articulate the sounds of the English language. We teach stress, we teach intonation, we teach the various, speech sounds, segments and supra-segmental aspects of English phonology. We teach the English language on this channel. We give you the linguistic tools that will equip you with linguistic competence, helping you to use the English language in your everyday communication. But apart from teaching you the English language, we also teach you how you can use the English language as a tool for creating content. So we teach content creation. A lot of people who probably study the English language at university, some of them are wondering what they can do by way of career or, profession, the kind of career they can pursue. On this channel, we teach you how you can pursue a career in content creation, okay? Content marketing. Because if you are proficient in the use of the English language, then you have a powerful tool on your hands. The greatest tool for content creation is a language, because every content you create online consists of a language. And so if you can use a language efficiently, you can use it to create content. And if you can create content, then you can monetize your content. And through that, you can create multiple streams of income for yourself on various online platforms. So if you are interested in learning how you can set up your own online teaching business and do exactly what I'm doing on this channel and other online platforms, then I have a complete course that you can simply click on a link in the description box and you can join the course. You can use my blueprint and follow the actionable steps that will walk you through the simple process of how you can set up an online teaching business. If you are interested in creating and selling information products, you have an ebook that will teach you that. So there are different resources you will find if you browse through the description box. And if you are intending to take the IELTS test, IELTS, or Duolingo English test, these are international English proficiency tests for those who want to study or work abroad in any of the native English-speaking countries, then we have a course that will help you to prepare adequately. So you can walk into the exam hall feeling confident and feeling comfortable, because you know exactly what you are going to do and you are going to obtain your dream scores in that test. So there are a lot of resources. You might also want to visit our official website. The official website for English classes online is www.englishclassesonline.com.ng. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, kindly leave them in the comment section below. I want to say a big thank you to all of you for being part of today's episode. I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Goodbye for now and remain blessed. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you in the new video. Thank you and remain blessed.